Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostle, elders, great millstone who tells the truth and who rule well. A mighty shalom to the brothers teaching week in and week out on the four corners of the earth, bringing this truth mightily, and prophesying the downfall of Esau, Edom, and the deliverance of the Israelites, And another mighty shalom to the believers on the four corners of the earth, and the ones likened to a speckled bird, looking like the other nations. To you, I say shalom. So with this lesson, I'm going to go into how the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is going to enter to the house of the thief, and I'm going pretty much into who's the thief, So with this, I'm going to start with Zechariah 5, starting at verse 1. It says, "Then I turned and lifted up my eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. So that's going into the chariot, And you're going to see it continue on once I bring it out, But that's going into the length and the width of the chariot, Verse 3. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And what did Esau Edom steal? That was so important to the Lord that he shall send a curse upon them over the whole face of the earth. His people, the Israelites, Salakia. And what does he swear upon, in his law? They swear in the Bible and they swear falsely, in them courtrooms, and they lie constantly in front of the media, in front of the people, So the Lord's He's gonna recompense us, He's gonna get us. He's gonna get revenge for us, because we're still found in His hand, And that's exactly what I'm gonna bring out later on, But the curse that goes forth over the whole face of the earth, is them chariots, the angels scouting, waiting to do their bidding, waiting to pretty much raise hell and to deliver the Israelites out of our captivity. Salakia. Verse 4. This is the point. It says, I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swore falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the house, Salakia, remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof, and the stones thereof. So just like I brought out earlier, he stole us, he swears falsely on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which the ignorant call Jesus, God. Like I said earlier, they swear on the Bible in the courtrooms while having a whole different set of beliefs, and ulterior motives, and they stole us, For that being said, it says, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So, so the Lord's going to completely destroy their foundation, He's gonna make this place more desolate, You look over the world, most of the chariot sightings of the world been in Babylon the Great, also known as America, But there's chariot sightings over the whole world, They're scouting, they pretty much doing reconnaissance, And I'm gonna get that word reconnaissance. It says a preliminary examination of survey. It says examination of territory or enemy position with a view to directing military operations. Let's get some better definitions to see if they got some different ones. It says military observation of region to locate an enemy or at certain strategic features. So they pretty much scouting this place, to figure out the weaknesses of this place, because the Lord is going to have them do his bidding, when the time comes. The destruction of Babylon the Great is going to be with ICBM nuclear missiles, but as well as the lasers, the laser beams of the chariots, the UFOs, which they call UFOs, which are angels. It says research. So let's get some more precepts to back up what I'm bringing out. And get these two, Exodus 21 and 16 and Revelation 13 first, and then I'm going to end off with Ezekiel 35. This is proof that the Lord is going to vindicate us. That's the word I was looking for earlier. I'm going to get that word real quick. Vindicate us. Let me get this precept first. It says vindicate. It says to avenge or revenge. If you like it. It says to acquit. It says justify. Free from blame. Declare innocent. Free. Deliver. Redeem. So the Lord's going to vindicate us. He's going to free us and deliver us from the hand of the wicked, from the hand of our oppressors, And that being said, we're going to be found in his hand, and that's exactly what I'm bringing out. So this is this is in the book of the law. This is Exodus 21 and 16. It says, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Even though this is in our laws, this also, is in the this pretty much is a wide scale law, or pretty much what the Heavenly Father, upholds, and we're still found, in their hand, We was taken away from our land, prior, prior with the Roman captivity, then we fled away, then we ruled for a little bit for the Dark Ages, then the Lord lifted him back up, and we had to, we got exiled, from like places like Spain and Portugal, and we went down into Africa, and they pretty much followed us there, and enslaved us to bring us to the Americas, In modern day times, where are we at? We're still in America, because we're still found in their hand, They say all the time, why don't Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans just leave? If we want to just leave, they would just let us, but they won't let us, We would need passports, we need all these types of things, And our people, we don't have money, We're poor as a whole, we don't have no money, we don't have none of these things. But they say, why not just leave? If the Israelites just decided to just leave, it would be just like Egypt 2.0, The whole infrastructure and the economy will just crash instantly, But the Lord's gonna do that, but he's gonna do this with fire this time. And he's not gonna play around. Let's get this Revelation 13 and 10. It says, Revelation 13 and 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Let's get this word captivity. Since they don't want to get it right here. It's just state of being a prisoner, taken prisoner, to take hold, seize, to grasp, bondage, servitude, imprisonment, confined, detention, restraint, bondage, enslavement. It says antonyms, freedom. So the reverse of that is freedom. We don't have freedom in this place, even though they say this place, America or Babylon the Great, is the land of freedom, and it's not. It's a land of illusion of freedom. Can't do anything without the approval of the wicked. Esau, Edom, so-called white man. So let's get that again. I'm gonna read this, but rephrasing it. It says, "He that leadeth into slavery or imprisonment shall go into imprisonment. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." So we patient. We constantly endure. And have faith. That this is gonna reverse. That the Lord's gonna turn again our captivity. And put it on them. That's what we look forward to. Even though I read that in a different way, that's what captivity means. So I'm going to read this again the right way. It says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." Just like I said earlier, that's what we're patiently waiting on. That's what we're enduring and being persecuted constantly, because this is what we look forward to. We're not gonna be able to get delivered, by our own means, but we have to wait and endure on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to come back and vindicate us. And that being said, the Lord's gonna reverse our captivity and put them underneath us, going into their rightful place, and us going into our rightful place. Us being on top, the Israelites underneath Yahushai, and Esau, Edom, and the heathens being beneath us in servitude. Let's get this Ezekiel 35. Maybe getting off with this. This is Ezekiel 35. Fuck it. We can start at verse 1. End off in verse. End off in verse. Beginning of verse 10, 11, verse 11. This is Ezekiel 35 and 1. "Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it." So the Lord wants us to pretty much prophesy against, or prophesy the downfall, of Esau, Edom. Because Mount Seir is the place, of Edom, where they dwell. Just like how Israel, is a people for a place. Mount Seir, is a people for a place. You see, it says the inhabitants of Edom before the descendants. So pretty much says the inhabitants of Edom before the descendants of Esau. I was going to try to say the Horites, but it's not them. It says the land of Edom, the mountain range in Edom, apparently also called Mount Seir. It says rough Seir, a mountain of Idumea. So just like I said earlier, it's a people before a place. So the Lord said, prophesy against them, set thy face against them. Verse 3, "And say it, thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. You know, so when the Lord comes back, he's gonna vindicate us, but he's also gonna destroy Esau, Edom, infrastructure, and to remove them out of rulership, out of their high places, out of heaven. You know, they're no more gonna be made rulers, but they're gonna be abased, and be slaves under Yahweh Shai and the Israelites. You know, when he says he's gonna make them desolate, after the 1,000 years of them being under rulership and then being in complete servitude and rough bondage, the Lord's gonna do away with them. The Lord said he's gonna remove. He's not gonna leave either root nor branch, of the house of and that goes into not leaving a family tree, essentially. He said he's not gonna leave son or father or nephew, So he's not gonna let them continue their what's the right word? Their heritage, their inheritance. They're gonna be no more be found, in this world. Let's continue on. Verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. So they have a continual and eternal hatred for the children of Israel. So the Lord said, hey, since you had a perpetual hatred for us, Salakia, he's gonna reverse that and put that on your head. Since you have not hated blood, hey, we're gonna get there right now. Salakia. Let's read that right now. Verse 6. It says, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So the Lord said, hey, since you don't hate blood, since you want to kill so much, you want to kill my people, blood gonna chase you, blood gonna pursue you, and it's gonna come upon your head. Since you want to come after my people, my beloved people, the people that's nearest to me, So the Lord said, hey, payback gonna be a motherfucker. Verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains or cities or rulership with his slain men, in thy hills and in thy valleys, and all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations. Yeah, since the premise going into extinction, or the other word, the Lord not finna play with them, because they did it to us, they did it to the whole world, but most importantly, they did it to us, the apple of his eye, apple of Yahweh Bashem Shai's eye. So Lord said he's gonna make them a continual desolations. Read verse 9 in NOT. It says, I will make you desolate forever. Your cities will never be rebuilt. Then you will know that I am Yahweh. Hey, so Lord gonna make them most desolate completely, forever desolate. And they're never gonna be able to raise up again. Verse 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and will possess it, whereas Yahweh was there. And what is these two nations? And what is these two countries that it's referring to? The southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. The Israelites as a whole. The southern kingdom being Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. And southern kingdom being the rest of the tribes, Issachar, Gad, Reuben, Manasseh, Simeon, just to name a few, Ephraim. So yeah, Edom thought he could control us, because he did have us in derision. He did have us in captivity, for a time being, but it was only a short time according to the Lord, Yeah, Esau, thought he could possess us. You know, he thought he could take it. He thought he could take us. You know, but hey, it wasn't in the Lord's plan to have us forever. You know, verse 11. Therefore, as I live, save Yahweh power, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them, that I have judged thee. Yeah. I'm gonna get one more precept to back this up. Yeah. Yeah, so the Lord's gonna pay y'all back according to y'all anger. According to what y'all did to us. So the Lord's gonna pretty much reward unto y'all double, like the scriptures say. So you Edomites, you Idumeans, you so-called white folks, especially the ones in power, there's no hope for you. The only thing that you can hope for, is a which which kingdom you gonna be in, which plantation you gonna be on. You better hope. Hey, it ain't me. You better hope it ain't one Akim that when he get his memories back, you ain't do nothing to him for real. Cause boy, oh boy, that reward unto you double gonna be something vicious. Let's get this last precept. We can end it off. This is Psalms 50. Psalms 50 and 21. In verse 19, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and tongue frame of deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, and thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Because we was one with them. We wasn't one with them, but we were twins, in our mother's womb. Going into the time of, Isaac, And then they slander us constantly, They blame us for things that they know they done, They throw rocks and hide it and hide their hands, This is the type of things that they do, They call us by words, They pretty much try to set us up as the criminals of the whole earth, But look at the situation that we're in. When you put people in a box, in a closed situation, and leave them without any resources, they do what they have to do to pretty much survive, But Esau Edom, the one that ruled this whole world, he has everything. He has all the resources, but he goes into other people's land, He creates chaos and mischief, That's why they call Esau Edom the border of wickedness, He's the beginning and ending of wickedness, He can't go a day without doing wickedness some way, in some fashion, either in the courtroom, in media, in the fields, during wars, pollution, putting stuff in the food, doing GMOs, trafficking. There's so many things that this dude doing, but he slanders us, But it's good though, because verse 21 gonna prove that. It says, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silence." This is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua talking. He kept silence. He watched this whole time. It says, "Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself." So the Lord pretty much saying to Esau Edom, you thought that just because I stayed silent and removed my hand from my people, for a short time period, that I was one of you, I gave you this borrowed time to rule, but I wasn't anything like you, I removed myself for a time period. I just left, for a short time period to see what you would do with this rulership. But to think I'm a criminal, I'm evil like you, it's far from it. Continuing on, it says, "But I will reprove thee, so I will rebuke you, and set them in order before thine eyes." And that them is the Israelites. So the Lord is going to tear down, He's going to tear down Edom, you know, and lift us up, you know, set us up in order, you know, before our enemies, you know. He's going to prepare a table in the midst of our enemies, you know. So, Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying. Hard to give our praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, tells us truth and who will. And mighty shalom to the brothers out there teaching week in and week out. And another mighty shalom to the believers in the four corners of the earth. Shalom, Shalom Yasharala, and Bible Ball. Soon.